you better be awake right now because Hot Toys just dropped the best looking Obi-Wan Kenobi figure of all time. And at least my opinion, I'm a little biased because episode 3 is my favorite Star Wars movie. I'm a huge fan of battle damage on my figures. I love that little bit of extra style. Also, I'm a big fan of implanted hair. And this one is not fully implanted hair. It has a little fringe in the front, mostly sculpted though. And I just really like how this figure looks because Obi-Wan Kenobi, I gotta say, he's probably my favorite character in Star Wars. I like Anakin a lot, but I always go back and forth between the two. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, I just love his story. It's just, he's just so cool, especially like the first episode. Still need that Padawan Obi-Wan. Yeah, we got to take a look at these blogger photos. And since we have blogger photos, you know what that means as well. Zord Photography has blessed our eyeballs with some awesome looking poses and stuff. And right off the bat, this figure looks great. Just look at that, a little bit of battle damage on there, some scorch marks because it is Mustafar. The hair fringe looks a bit messy. Looks like he's been up for a while. Those eyes, the redness around him. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun. So right here, him squaring off with Anakin. This Anakin, I cannot tell if that's the artisan sculpted hair or what that is. I really can't tell right now. The art is so weird. The artisan edition, the Mustafar edition Anakin has released. Like some people have gotten theirs in hand. I have mine on pre-order and I haven't seen an arrival email from Sideshow yet. So hopefully I'll get mine in hand soon. But yeah, I just don't know right now because it looks like awesome. The ones I've seen in hands, even if this is it, the back of the head looks pretty good. And I really want mine, but at the same time, I'm still waiting. So hopefully we'll get that one in soon. But look at that Obi-Wan right there. The blue of the blade looks really nice. Of course, it is photos, so they could edit it a little bit. I do like the pose they did right here with the saber kind of tilted. That looks really, really nice. The outfit overall just looks fantastic. And yes, we're going to compare them, you know, side by side, some stuff. I just had to pull up this picture, that image right there, you know. Sad Obi-Wan. They didn't give him the very sad looking crying look, but you know, they made him look pretty good. So here's a little side by side. Not really messy or battle damage here. Of course, the hair fringe isn't everywhere, kind of like it is here. But even here, it's not too crazy. Got a little fringe right there. So the fringe, maybe it's a little exaggerated that Hot Toys did, but at the same time, I really like it. One saying though, you can definitely tell it looks like wool hair, and then the rest does look kind of sculpted, just like the coloring doesn't really 100% match. From some of the photos, we'll look at different angles and everything, but this one right here, you can definitely tell the difference. I'll have to see when I get it in hand how it looks on the shelf and everything. And also Hot Toys, they're still trying to nail their sculpted beards because I still don't think they've nailed it, because right here you see the beard's a bit bigger right in the front, like the goatee area, and on the Hot Toys figure, yeah, it's all like the same type of length, like from the sides where the cheeks are to the goatee. Yeah, and it makes the head shape not look as accurate. So they still haven't completely nailed, of course, like beards, unfortunately. So that doesn't look as good. Overall, though, I definitely see Ewan McGregor, but the eyes look a little big. So yeah, Hot Toys usually has that problem with the rolling eyeball feature. Not really liking how the eyes look. I know this isn't the best looking picture right here on the left either. It's a bit pixelated. You know me, I always get the most pixelated pictures apparently to compare. But you can definitely see a little bit of, you know, the dots, like the marks on the face. He has them here on the left. So that's good. There's something about the eyes that look a little bit off to me. And then of course the beard. Other than that, I think it's a pretty decent likeness. It just definitely, I would have hoped they improved it, because here's the prototype on the left. And I did see some people talking about the prototype looked better, and seeing them side by side right now, actually, maybe I'm a little inclined to agree, because the head shape looks a little longer than it does on the final release here, which kind of, to me, gives me more of that like Ewan McGregor type look. The eyeballs, I mean, they look kind of similar to me. Maybe it's also the lighting. Also, it's on the right, it looks a little bit darker, so maybe the lighting's making the hair look a little bit darker. I'm not 100% sure, but the hair definitely feels like it blends in a little bit better on the prototype versus how it came out in the final release. A little darker for the sculpted parts, a little bit lighter for the wool fringe. And then you can just see the beard. Also, the color seems to be a little bit better on the prototype, but like shape wise, it seems pretty similar. But yeah, despite those little bit of flaws, you know, I think Obi-Wan's goated, so I need to get this figure. I just want to mention that because it's not perfect. It's a really good looking figure, but just not perfect. And honestly, I'm a little disappointed by that. I wish the head sculpt looked a little bit better, just especially compared to the prototype, compared to the actual image of him. Because I do love how this figure looks, and I really want it because you get the big base too, like have him and Anakin fighting on Mustafar. So I really wish this was a little bit better, because then I wouldn't feel the need to upgrade in the future. Or if they ever give us an artisan episode 3 Obi-Wan, I hope they just like nail it, because this isn't a full artisan one. Here on the left, you can see this is the episode 2 Obi-Wan, definitely a little bit younger. And also that head sculpt, yeah, I don't know. It looks okay. I don't know. I'm looking at this, like looking at the two, I'm like, is that really the same dude? I don't know. Maybe that head sculpt on the left needs a little bit of tweaking, because it's funny. The head sculpts were different between the sculpted hair and the artisan edition. The artisan edition version of this figure, which I have on pre-order, actually looked better, but I decided to throw the sculpted hair one in here because that one, yeah, it looks, I can tell that's Ewan McGregor a little bit, but you know, we're not going to start talking about that one. I'm not going to get distracted talking about that figure as much. But here on the right, yeah, between these two, I definitely like the one on the right a little bit more. I see Ewan there a little bit more. And then here is actually the Clone Wars one. And I love my Clone Wars figure. It is, if you've seen my ranking videos, I put it as #1 as my favorite Star Wars figure I own, because I love the Clone Wars and I love the look for Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Clone Wars. The clone armor mixed with that like kind of tan color is beautiful. And that head sculpt, it's really good. It has rolling eyeballs. I definitely see Ewan McGregor there. And even here, honestly, it looks really good. I think the head sculpt on the right is kind of based on this one. I think this was what came with the original one. And honestly, that original Obi-Wan Kenobi sculpt was actually really good, the episode 3 one. So I don't know why they can't nail it again. Just, yeah, I do really like this Clone Wars one right here. Even the eyes look a little bit smaller. This is a prototype picture, of course. I guess I should have snapped a picture of Obi-Wan. You can see him right there. So yeah, I just love that Clone Wars one. I just wish, it's a little frustrating. So I just wish his sculpt was a little bit better. But this one, which we haven't unboxed on the channel yet, but I do have currently in the box deal, the Kenobi show Obi-Wan, and the refined head sculpt looks a lot like Obi-Wan. It looks really good. And I think this, since it's the most recent one, is probably what they based this one on the right on, which could also be why the face shape is a little bit different. Maybe he looks a little bit older here. Man, it's just so hard to like pin down the exact reason why the head sculpt looks so off. Like, yes, the beard definitely doesn't look as great. The eyes are a bit bugged out. The hair doesn't match completely to how he looked in the movie. The eyes also have some red around them. It's just, it's tough to nail down exactly what the issue is, but it's just something off about the head sculpt. But at the same time, you know, I'm still gonna buy it. I'm still, I really want this version of Obi-Wan, especially with the battle damage and everything. But on the left, I do also like that sculpt. I definitely see Ewan McGregor. Definitely a pretty good one, but like I said, the face shape always looks a little weird because they don't do like rude hair, or the beard's just, basically they're all sculpted, so it makes them have like a big jaw. You saw the one last Kill Punisher made him have the like Giga Chad jaw or something like that because of that. But yeah, comparing between the two, I do like that Kenobi sculpt quite a bit. I know when I take it out of the box, when I finally unbox it, I'm probably gonna put it on the Clone Wars one, just, you know, do some tests, maybe leave it on there. We'll just have to see. But then here, let's just finish up looking at all these blogger photos, because like I said, Zord Photography took some photos and you know, they were looking awesome. So here, I just want to take another look at the actual just outfit, overall outfit. See a bit of scorch mark right there, bit more scorch marks like everywhere. And then what the heck did I just say? I feel like I said something weird in my head. Okay, hopefully we're good. But yeah, a bit more like scorch marks and everything. I love the scorch mark looks. I love how the belt looks. It looks just like how it did in the movie. The lightsaber looks amazing. I know they probably edited it right there. The light's probably not gonna look as good, but I like how thin it looks right here at least. That looks really nice. And like I said, the head sculpt could also be the angles, but this angle actually looks pretty good. Kind of like with the eyes up and everything. I actually definitely see Ewan there. Here also looks pretty good. Like I said, you know, when you do close-ups like this, sometimes could be the lighting, could be something that throws off a little bit. But in the display, I feel like it will look pretty good. At least, hopefully I'm just not coping because I'm buying this figure. Hopefully I'm not like telling myself like, yeah, it's going to look good in the display. But I just have to call it the head sculpt. It just looks slightly off. But man, here we go. Now we got the Zord Photography's photos, and dude, this looks amazing. I cannot wait to get in my Anakin, because I have the sculpted edition Anakin, because he has the kind of like the battle damage type look on the outfit, and the artisan edition Mustafar Anakin, and I don't know which one I'm going to put the head sculpt on yet. The artisan head sculpt, because I'm assuming you can swap between the sculpted hair and the artisan. Like maybe I'll have the non-battle damage looking one, like basically head sculpt swap them, put the artisan fighting Obi-Wan kind of like this, and then take the sculpted hair head sculpt, put it on the body that comes with the artisan edition, maybe put the hood on them, have them look pretty cool like that. I just don't know yet because it also comes with the swap out eyes, the sculpted hair version, not the artisan edition. So I can also eye swap between the two, just do like some really cool fun stuff like that. And seeing these two fight, because the Anakin, the Mustafar edition and the sculpted edition comes with part of the Mustafar base. Not this base, this is Obi-Wan's base right here. Like on the left, on the right, that's actually a different figure's base, probably the battle damage Darth Vader, so ignore that base. But on the left, Obi-Wan comes with that base. He doesn't come with the red pieces around it. We'll take a look at the base. I know, like Zord photography, he mixes in different like bases and stuff, which looks awesome, but sometimes just don't get confused by what actually comes with the figure. But the two bases are gonna look really cool next to each other, and I love that. Look at this here on the right, just Obi-Wan, that stance, the wires in the actual outfit, the wires in the sleeves. Whew, you could do some beautiful things with this figure. Like, look at that. This is the base that comes with them. It looks absolutely fantastic. And I love the red light he put under there to make it look like Mustafar is like glowing. Man, his light, just everything. I know I'm like glazing these photos right now, but they just look so good. They make me like, I want to look at them. I'm like, dang, that pose is so good. Maybe I could try to recreate it, but just like 10 times worse. Cause I don't know how you do a pose that good looking. The feet, even the boots are all like dirty. You see all the dirt on them, dirt and grime everywhere. Oh gosh, it's such a cool looking figure. Here on the left, him and Anakin again, kind of like climbing up the thing, you know, maybe they're about to go over the waterfall of lava. I don't know. But gosh, these poses are so good, man. Here on the right as well. Just look at that. That looks absolutely fantastic. And then here, I love this one right here with Darth Vader in the back. It's just so cool seeing like Darth Vader and then Anakin, and man, oh, what he's about to turn into because of this fight. It's just so awesome looking. And then here, having them fight once again. Oh, I cannot wait to do this. It's going to be like a centerpiece in my Star Wars display, especially when my Module cases get in. Having Anakin and Obi-Wan fight each other like this, I just cannot wait. And it's funny, that base, I recognize that hand. That's the Night Monkey, the stealth suit for Spider-Man base right there, Molten Man. And I guess that makes sense, Molten Man for Mustafar. Here on the left, just him pointing, not Zord photography though, so yeah, just threw it in there, filling some blank space. But on the right, the GOAT, Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is such a good looking figure, other than the head sculpt, which could be refined a bit, but seeing it from a distance like this does look really good. Hopefully I'm not nitpicking too much, because it's a really good looking figure, and I love this here with Cody and then the airborne trooper. It looks so cool. There's just something about it that looks slightly off to me, but maybe it looks good to you. So definitely let me know down in the comments. Am I just nitpicking too much? I don't know. But here's the base. You can see the top of it looks really detailed. A little bit of like moltenness, like over the edge or charcoal or whatever that is. And then on the bottom, you have some molten looking pieces and then some clear poles to keep it up in the air. Here's just a different angle of it. And yeah, that's it. So let me know your thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi down in the comments, because I am very excited to get this one in. Despite a little bit of flaws on the head sculpt, I want to get it in my own hands, take a look at it, and see if it looks better than it does in these photos or worse, because it definitely looks, like I said, slightly off, but at the same time, yeah, I still think it's going to be a really good looking release. That Anakin though, cannot wait to get into Anakin, because the Anakin just, whew, that one, the head sculpt, everything looked awesome. So hopefully that one's going to be releasing soon, because I cannot wait to get Obi-Wan and Anakin from my favorite Star Wars movie of all time into my collection. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, definitely give it a like, hit subscribe for much more content like this, and until next time, stay 6 scale.